And then it turns out, oh, well, both front control arms got destroyed. In addition to the bushings that would have to be replaced anyway. I ended up having to replace the entire front suspension. I mean, the control arms, I know for a fact, were bad. The tie rods and ball joints. And I believe... I'm just going to be replacing with KYB heavy-duty struts anyway, so that wasn't a big deal. But, I mean, that added $700 in parts to the bottom line, the both front and rear suspension. Because the rear suspension was a similar story to the front. The bushings were shot. Stuff was definitely out of spec. And I wasn't totally surprised. With 333,000 not very well-maintained miles, I mean, this wasn't a huge surprise. But the really annoying one was the transmission. I have had really terrible fortunes with the Ford 4-speed automatics. I mean, the 89 Grand Mark, that lost second, third, and fourth of its AOD when I was just driving around in town after work. Very normal. I didn't do any hard driving in that car really up to that point either. So that was pretty fucking annoying. And then... well, the 85 didn't have any problems. The 91 was good as well. That's because the 91 already got a new transmission in the previous life, so that doesn't really count. But the 4R75, I believe, yeah, I think after 08, the Panthers got a 4R75, so it's a little bit better performance-wise than the 4R70. You can still do the J-mod to them. You don't have to do as much stuff, because the 75 has some of the proper parts. I'm fucking spotted again, you cunt. Fuck you, helicopter. But I figured, the guy said, yeah, it definitely is on its way out, and I definitely was. I mean, the guy had overfilled the transmission fluid, which isn't usually a good sign. He said he tried to change it, but the fluid was black as a tire. So I figured, yeah, we should probably do maintenance on this soon. So, so I got, alright, we'll get a deep transmission cooler. Not deep, a deep transmission pan, and then an upgraded aftermarket cooler. Again, all that stuff I would get anyway. That's all just reliability improving stuff I get on my cars. And so I figured, alright, well, certainly it's good enough to just drive around periodically. So that's what I do. I drive it maybe 20 or 30 miles around the subdivision, just to keep things from getting gummed up. And, I didn't do any hard driving in the car, for a variety of reasons, as I'm sure you've been privy to some. So. But no, imagine my surprise when I go with my buddy of mine. We go to drop it off at the somewhat specialist place locally. And so then, it seemed fine. I mean, the only real hint I had that something was wrong is that it just randomly stalled out when I was at a stoplight on the way there. But I figured, oh, that's probably just a vacuum leak or fuel trim issue. Like I said, this car wasn't very well maintained. This is not entirely unexpected. A good fluid flush, that'll be fine. It's alright, fine, whatever. So then imagine my surprise when I go to just back the car into wherever it needed to be while they waited to get to it. And nothing. I have park, I have neutral, and I have some forward gears, but not all. Very bizarre. I'm thinking, alright, well, that's... maybe it's a shift linkage issue, because, while the shift linkages on that car, it felt pretty good, it didn't feel 100% tight. Like my 89 and 85 Grand Marks, the shift linkage was perfect on those. It feels just absolutely amazing and really, really tight. And that's what you want. You want it to be tight and direct, but you don't want it to be, like, notchy. Or overly notchy. In other words, you want everything to be in spec, and it was. So I figured, alright, well, the thing probably just needs a fucking shift linkage adjustment and replace. Yeah, whatever, no problem. Well, it turns out there was a problem. I ended up having the guys at the place check it out, and they said, yeah, no, it's definitely pump-related at the very, very least. I'm like, alright, fine, whatever, just take it out and send it out to a guy I know locally that rebuilds these things. They said, yeah, no, you have no reverse clutch packs, you have, I know there's pump and servo issues and everything. I'm like, fuck, alright, well that's gonna be, I think it was $13.50 for all that shit. That I expected to have to do something transmission-wise, like, flush the fluids or maybe replace a couple of little things here and there, but a full rebuild was not what I was expecting. So that, we'll say that at $13.50 to the bottom line, so I'm like, fuck. So, well, there goes my money for long tube headers or Metco rear suspension parts. Yeah, because the Metco rear parts were, I think that was just under $1,000 for the rear control arms and watch linkage. So, that was kind of annoying. But, other than that, it was really not terrible. I mean, a lot of the stuff, it makes a lot of sense. I mean, the bottoming out, that hurt the suspension and the coolers, and I'm not too surprised at that. And I plan on replacing the coolers anyway, but, you know, not having transmission fluid changed, that's not good. And also, I wouldn't be surprised if it was like that for a while. That's probably why the guy at Waterfront stopped daily driving it. I mean, the thing was a ticking time bomb. And it's just very bizarre, because the cars that I drive hard never seem to have these problems. I mean, and that's not to say that driving a car hard is solution to things not being maintained. I mean, I always say preventative maintenance or proper maintenance first. I mean, there's a reason why these things are out there. Oh, I'm gonna get spotted here. Oh, maybe not. If there's a god. Okay, there might be a god. I have moments, well, joking moments when I question being an atheist. Oh, and this is one of them! Oh, yes, I'm glad I stuck with it. Yeah, I was pretty sloppy at points in this Getaway. I wasn't paying enough attention to the minimap as I should have been, but... Oh, well, such is life. I apparently don't suck whale penis at Getaways, despite not having done one of these in fucking forever. Yeah, I got some wheel damage. That's... FIB Buffaloes are like that. Welcome to the magical mystery bus! No, it's not. This is neither magical. This isn't a mystery, and this isn't a bus. The statement is wrong in all three of its features. This is... well, this isn't a terrible... oh, God. Oh, God! Need more brakes! Alright, not gonna get them. Now, the real test here is, can I fit? It's a little narrow. I don't really like it. Let me try. This fat fuck can move. Yeah, you got it. Oh, thank God. Oh, thank God. Oh, there's a wall here, though. Oh, no. Well, this is kind of unfortunate. So what, are you supposed to, like, ramp over it or some shit? Like, do you just go... oh, not like that. Maybe if I just back up and make a pile at the end, and then reverse over it really fast, maybe that's what you're supposed to do. Let me try. Worst case scenario is I'm wrong and I just have to reload my save, which I really don't want to do, but... alright, here we go. Oh! Oh, no! Oh, I'm so close! Not close enough, though. Okay. See, this is why I don't like the FIB Buffalo. It's a car that is both wide and has really shitty ground clearance. So you often find yourself in these kind of situations. You'll make it. Full throttle. There we go. Now, see, this is what happens. Sometimes I'm so focused on just trying to do something somewhat showy-offy that I just fail to realize there's an easier way. Because I was thinking about just going back up those stairs, because I'm thinking, oh yeah, I mean, I remember years ago I did a getaway with a Tiburon mod in PC GTA 4. And I figured, well, that thing has probably got just as little ground clearance as this, if not maybe a little worse. And yeah, it was goofy, but I still was able to do it. Sad thing is, a Crown Vic or... oh my god, you stupid motherfucker. As a Crown Vic Impala or... oh, what's the other car? Faction would have probably been able to do that trick when I just reverse and then hop over the boxes. They would have had enough. The Crown Vic, I know for a fact, would have cleared it. It has enough clearance. I just would have hopped over it clean. Faction would have, Impala would have. But that was funny. I just was not expecting that. That was just slight disaster there. Oh, you know what we're going to do, M88s? It's time to enlarge our E-penis. So hold on to your condoms, because this one's big and veiny. Please make it. Oh, you cock. Oh, you stupid cock. We need to go right now. Thank you. Fucking hey. I hate this parking lot, too. Look at how far down the fucking entrance is. If you don't ramp onto it properly, you aren't going to lose them. Still make it. Yeah, you're fine. You got it. Woo! All right. Well, that was kind of a wild ride, wouldn't you say? What is happening? Oh my god! Oh boy, I'm really glad there aren't any rear seat passengers in here because I don't think I get a better view. Oh, come on, camera. Don't be a hoe. That's not... just... no! It's... fucked! Look at it! It's just... because I'm not going to do that to you. I'm enough of a burden. I'm not going to make it worse. That it's any different? No, like, that's bizarre. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to negotiate from a position of weakness. I mean, unless I have something to compensate for the inconvenience that I'm going to be putting someone through, I'm not going to do that. That makes absolutely no sense at all. Because yeah, it's giving and taking. What the fuck am I giving them in response for taking a vehicle? Nothing, effectively. Because it wasn't about that. Got it. There we go. Wow. Good little sachet maneuver there. Like... it's fucking retarded. I mean, people actually think that's... no, it doesn't make any sense. I mean, I know, that's... why would you do that? Oh boy. Wow! Way to miss a wide open net. Gave him that. See, that's the problem. This minimap here doesn't show little up or down chevron icons for police vehicles. They do it if they're on foot. But not if they're in a vehicle. So there I had a 50-50 chance of getting that right. I figure if they were a little closer and I saw the little red and blue lights reflecting off the ground like they do. You can see it with this car a little bit like at the front. See? But he wasn't close enough. And I couldn't hear the sirens, so... yeah. That area is really good, though. That little tunnel, you can lose or gray out your stars and choppers really, really easily there. You'll make it. That's right. Suck my 5.7 Hemi. On the brakes, this car is really heavy. That's why this car is so good as a light unit. It's heavy, but it's also pretty quick, which means it can hit really hard, but it's also fragile, so it can't hit it can't take hits either. It's a very strange way of playing, because you always have, I mean, after 3 or 4 good hits, even after 3, especially if you get a couple nicks and dents and scrapes on the way, you gotta get another health back. I mean, that's the problem with having these as your primary units. You don't want to have too many of these, because otherwise the person you're chasing, all they have to do is just turn it into a demolition derby, and the cops will no longer have any initiative. They have to keep going back and repairing their stupid Buffaloes. Civilian Buffalo holds up a little bit better. Okay, good, he's going the wrong way. Good boy. Go straight through here. Oh my god, why are you... oh, okay, I was gonna say, I'm like, I better knock some fence down from that. Oh my god. Gotta have something to show for this. I'm gonna get spotted. Yeah, I'm gonna get spotted here. There's no way. They're right on me. Look at that. Look at how close they are on the minimap. They're within spitting distance. They should spot me here. But magically they don't. Oh my god. That was scary. Right there. Wow, that could have been... yeah, that was close. They shot out one of my lights. Not bad. Yeah, see, that's what's nice about this car. Because it's kind of low to the ground, you can use that to an advantage. Say, for example, you have a low-hanging wall. Let me find a good example. This area right here. Look at how close I can get without hitting it. I can go all the way, probably to here. That's a really tight angle. Whereas a news cruiser, you wouldn't be able to, you would have to go out closer to here. So you wouldn't be able to cut it straight, which means your car in that little section is slower. Now, obviously, over terrain that requires tight maneuverability in quick succession, this car isn't going to be as fast. You're going to have to do more steering, but you're going to have to be that much more careful. It's going to be harder to get it to go totally straight on that line because you have less room to deviate from without crashing, if that makes any sense, because this car is just so wide. But I almost did it clean. Oh god, that hurts. Oh dear. Come on, little buffalo. Oh, you're gonna be a hooker.